Constitution Day gives us the opportunity to commemorate the signing of the United States Constitution. But first, let us remember the famous words of the Declaration of Independence. If you wish, you may recite along with me. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. These famous words from the Declaration of Independence express the freedoms that the Constitution holds for all of us. But in 1776, there was more work ahead. The colonies were fighting for their independence from Great Britain. Did you know that out of all of the founding fathers, I had the unique privilege of signing the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, and the Treaty of Paris that ended the American Revolution? Not that I want to brag. But now back to the Constitution. So, what is the Constitution, you may ask?
The Constitution is the highest law of the land. The law is a set of rules that we live by.
The Constitution organizes our system of government. The Constitution protects important rights.
How did it all begin? How did the Constitution become the law of the land? Well, the Constitution was written in 1787. Yes, it's over 200 years old. I remember it like it was yesterday.
During the American Revolution, the Articles of Confederation were written. The Articles of Confederation acted as our first system of government, but it lasted only a short time.
After some time passed, many people thought changes should be made to the Articles of Confederation because the national government had weak powers.
So, in the summer of 1787, the 13 states sent delegates, or people to represent them, to Philadelphia. The delegates met to revise or change the Articles of Confederation.
Some of the most famous delegates to the Constitutional Convention include George Washington, James Madison, and of course, Benjamin Franklin.
Looking back, it was a grand time. I was 81 when I attended the Constitutional Convention in Philadelphia, but I didn't look a day over 80. Hard to believe I still had it in me.
Instead of revising the Articles of Confederation, the delegates designed a new plan for our government that became the United States Constitution. We now call the meeting in Philadelphia the Constitutional Convention.
After much discussion, debate, and compromise, the United States Constitution was signed by the delegates at the end of the convention on September 17, 1787.
Before the Constitution could become the law of the land, the states had to approve it. It took some time, but all the states did approve the United States Constitution.
After the convention was over, a lady approached me and asked, "Well, doctor, what have we got? A republic or a monarchy?" And with no hesitation, I responded, "A republic, if you can keep it."
The U.S. government has three parts, or branches: the legislative, the executive, and the judicial. Each branch plays its own role in how laws are made and used.
The legislative branch of the government is led by the Congress. Congress makes laws. There are two parts of the Congress: the Senate and the House of Representatives.
The executive branch of our government is led by the President. The President sees that laws are carried out and represents our country around the world.
The judicial branch of our government includes the Supreme Court. There are 9 justices in the Supreme Court. This court decides what the law means when there are questions.
The Constitution organizes our government, but there's much more that makes it unique. So, what is unique about our Constitution?
The Constitution is the oldest constitution in the world and has lasted over 200 years.
When the Constitution was written, the delegates added a way to make changes. These changes are called amendments.
The Bill of Rights was added to the Constitution in 1791 as a set of amendments to protect our rights and freedoms.
Freedom of speech and religion are examples of rights that are protected in the Bill of Rights. These freedoms allow you to speak for yourself and choose your religion.
The amendment process makes sure that the Constitution will last for ages. Since the Bill of Rights was added to the Constitution, many other amendments have also been added. The last amendment, the 27th Amendment, was added in 1992.
Some of the most important amendments are about the right to vote. The 15th, 19th, and 26th Amendment are all about the right to vote. Remember, this is an election year, so many people will soon vote in the presidential election.
Our Constitution is very special. It protects our freedoms and rights, such as life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.